Behind me, you see the location of the Nauvoo House landing, one of at least 4 steamboat landings in 1840s Nauvoo. Others included a ferry boat landing at Parley Street, the Kimball landing down kind of in the northwest part of the peninsula, and then on the other end of Granger Street, the Upper Stonehouse landing. So it was those last 2, Upper Stonehouse and Granger or Kimball landing, that were the big ones. They could get big steamboats in, maybe 400 ton. Joseph hoped that all of Nauvoo's commerce and all of Nauvoo's people was going to pass through this landing. So the idea is that boatloads of English converts were going to be coming up, landing here. They'd get off the boat, walk over to the Nauvoo House, buy needed supplies in retail shops that were going to be downstairs there. And they could walk up, rent a room, stay here while they found a lot, built a house. That's the plan. But the geography wasn't cooperating. The water was really very shallow here, part of the Des Moines Rapids. So the big boats couldn't get in. Joseph wasn't going to let a little thing like bedrock get in his way, though. His plan was to put in something called the Great Dam. It was going to run along parallel to the shore and then head across almost all the way to the Iowa side of the river. There were a couple of islands over there. The dam would intersect one of those islands. The steamboat channel would get pushed to the other side of those islands. The plan is this dam is going to back up maybe 3 feet of water so the big steamboats could get in here, would be safe harbor during the winter as well. They also hope to use that water to run water wheels to develop industry. They had all these English converts moving in out of the factories there, but there are very few factories to work in here, so they're desperately trying to industrialize. The dam, they're working on it even after Joseph's death, but they're not able to get it finished. So during his lifetime, small boats like the Maid of Iowa church-owned steamboat, maybe Joseph and Emma and 100 of their closest friends would get on here, kind of steam around the peninsula, admire the view of the rising temple, come back to the sounds of a brass band playing and cannons firing salutes. So that's the story of the Nauvoo House landing. Main Street, just next to me to my right, it ends and begins on the Mississippi because we are on a peninsula. So both begins and ends on the river.